see, we could sit you back here. Okay. I'm gonna have to sit you guys a little further. Mm-hmm. See if that's better. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Okay. Now, I have been looking at some reports on the Nancy Guthrie case, and I want to take a closer look. And I'm gonna start off with is the two. They're backtracking and saying this is all allegedly. They're looking at Tommaso. They're taking another look at Tommaso, and apparently the Dominique guy. I believe it's the Dominique guy. Okay, let me get my guy. Cause see these glasses. Mm-mm. But oh, this is allegedly. So I'm going to take a look because I haven't taken a look at Tommaso since I took a look at Tommaso. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, and by the way, my screen is like this because for some reason, I like to film my stuff on the side, okay, so I can get it's a full picture. But it keeps telling me to rotate it. It won't film until I rotate it like this. Okay, so until I troubleshoot that. And here's another thing. It did it on my phone. With my phone, okay, it was telling me to rotate, and it didn't used to do that. So it's something they have done. They're always changing the system and stuff like that, okay, because it didn't used to do that. But anyway, apparently some footage they got from Google, okay, not the camera, but from Google. They have, I believe, I'm not sure, okay, so this is alleged. Tommaso's truck, some trucks or something like that, and the Dominique's truck. Okay, so they're saying they could be crossing paths. They don't have the exact day because there was no subscription. Okay, so they said they don't have a date, which I don't care if it's a subscription or not. Okay, if you're filming, all cameras have a date. Anyway, they said they don't have a date. So I want to go back and I want to ask, okay, the cards to tell us, can you give us, we want to take a closer look at the men involved, okay? Was one of the men involved Tommaso Cioni? Okay, the son-in-law. Was Nancy's son-in-law involved or had something to do, okay, well that's involved, with her kidnapping, becoming missing, okay? So, let's see. Yeah, these men involved. What can you tell us? What do you want us to know about Tommaso Cioni's involvement in Nancy's Guthrie's disappearance? He may not have had any involvement. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Okay, so anyway, this is what we're looking at, folks. We haven't stopped. We haven't stopped, Nancy. Not Miss Nancy. At the bottom of the reading is the Page of Cups. Okay, this Page of Cups. Ooh, do they have kids? Page of Cups. This is somebody that's usually young, who wears his heart on his sleeve. Let's look. Page of Cups. Yeah, naive. Somebody that's naive. Somebody, but creative, but naive. And usually naive can mean young. Okay. So naivety is like an innocent dumb. Okay. You know when they say young and dumb? Well, that's the equivalent of naive. Okay. Hmm. Hey there. Okay. Hey there. Hey there. Hello. Hello. First card is Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse. Let's do a cheat sheet. It talks about recovery. Okay? It talks about recovery. Some type of recovery. The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. And that's why, because I know you guys can't see the cards, that's why I'm showing you the cards. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So there is some bad karma going on here. Okay. And recovery, some type of recovery. Let's look at the other, the guided tarot. Let's see. Guided tarot. Okay, now what are we looking at? The Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this right here is in reverse talks about accepting the truth so that you can move on. Accepting the truth. Okay, but we have the Wheel of Misfortune because it's in reverse next to it. Okay, this talks about being out of control, not being able to focus, okay? Not being able to focus, okay? Because something's not in your control, okay? Um, on here, it talks about bad luck, disruption, delays, fearful, okay? Powerless and stagnation, okay? We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So there's sadness or madness. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. King of Cups. Somebody who's insecure. Somebody who's frustrated. Ace of Wands. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, okay, adds to the intensity. Somebody is deeply frustrated, okay? Somebody is pissed. He's, okay, pissed, frustrated, okay? And the Ace of Wands beside it is just even more, just emphasizing, okay, that card. The King of Wands. King of Wands. The King of Wands is going over the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay? And I believe the King of Wands is about action. Now we have recovery. Okay? Ooh, we have two kings. Two kings. I think this came up before. One king is upright, one king is reversed. Okay. This is success leadership. Okay? This is two gentlemen. Okay? Two gentlemen. One gentleman is insecure. The other gentleman is secure. He's the leader. Okay. This is the follower. And we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. So there's some restriction. Now the Eight of Swords, swords are about communications, okay? So this could be some information, that he has tied up. And it's not good news. Some news, some information. Mm-hmm. It also talks about being in denial. Okay? Talks about being in denial. So this gentleman right here is in denial. This one is frustrated. And this one is in denial. And we have the Ten of Swords. Betrayal. Betrayal. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. This is going over the King of Cups. See, I see these are people. And the Page of Cups looks stuck. He's got the, okay, let's put these cards a little separate, okay, because they're starting to tell a story about each other, okay? Starting to tell a story. Okay, now where was I? The Page of Wands in reverse. Right. This guy right here is pissed. Okay? He's in reverse. The follower. The follower is pissed. He's frustrated. Okay? He's pissed. And he is disappointed. Disappointed. Okay? This is the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay? So there is a disagreement with these two gentlemen. I wonder, are they the lovers? Don't shoot the messenger! Don't shoot the messenger. Ooh! I wonder, did Miss Nancy find out? Ooh! I wonder, did Miss Nancy find out? But there's still a woman involved. Isn't that interesting? This is a trip, because I'm going to tell you something, okay? If these two are lovers, we keep getting lovers, we keep getting dating. We get love affair. Okay, no! You think we on to something? Hey now. Hey, lovely. These are two kings. And we have the Ten of Burdens in reverse. Okay? So the king, the leader, okay, is getting rid of that burden. He's got a burden that he is either getting rid of because it's too heavy. Ooh, shut the door. I didn't ran with this stock, boy, okay? I'm trying to tell you. Okay, I bet y'all didn't think about it like that. Okay. But I'm going to still look at this other angle I have, okay? But okay, what was this? 10 of Wands. Where was I? Okay. Yep. He wants to let go. He wants freedom. Okay? Freedom for what? The Knight of Wands. Okay, now we got a knight in reverse. There's a kid involved. The knights are young, though. They're grown, but they're young. This could be recklessness and arrogance and setbacks. Can be all that. But that's what this card represents. Somebody who's arrogant, okay? But at the same time, there's setbacks. There's bad karma. They're restricted. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Ten of Swords, the betrayal. The Knight of Swords. Oh, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Lazy. Somebody that's lazy. That's interesting. We have two kings and two knights. We got the Hermit. The Hermit is going along the one who's frustrated, the follower, who wants to be alone. He wants to think, to reflect. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That's a loss. Reap what you sow, it's in reverse. Okay, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Anxiety, impatient, okay, losing faith. And that's going over the Two of Cups, where I told you there's a disagreement. Strength. Okay, strength is going along the lines of the leader, the King of Wands, okay? He's going to take off that burden. He's going to drop that load, okay? He wants to, okay? And he's the strong one. Okay, so he's got that straight. Here we go with the King of Pentacles, King of Money. Okay, now King Money here is an older gentleman. Okay, got his dog there representing a friend. And the King of Pentacles, yeah, he's arrogant. A friend of a friend. Only person we're missing is the Emperor. The Tower. The Hierophant. The Hierophant represents government. It represents an institution, okay? And a school is an institution of learning. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, the Hierophant, the government, is going along the King of Cups. The one I told you that's pissed. Okay. The King of Swords in reverse. Now, the King of Swords, I usually, I usually get the King of Swords in reverse. I usually refer to as the sheriff. We have the Four of Pentacles. Trying to hold on to something, keep something, hide something, okay? Five of Swords in reverse. And that's going over the Tower. Okay, so somebody is trying to avoid conflict. Somebody's trying to avoid something, but they got the Tower over them. And the Ten of Cups in reverse. Don't we have the Nine of Cups? Wait, yeah, here we go. Nine of Cups, and we have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Hangman in reverse. Now, if this is the sheriff, I could read this like the sheriff is trying to hold on to some information, okay? Some bad information. It's not good information. That's the thing about it. Trying to hold on to some, and then we to the Ten of Cups, okay? Unhappy, okay, and doesn't want to look at it in another perspective, okay, or basically don't want to do their job. Wow. Now, I wasn't expecting this, but okay. What I am getting is there are multiple men involved. And I don't mean, they don't have to be directly involved, okay? But I'm seeing grown men and young men in this circle. I don't see no queens. Usually I get queen money. I don't see queen money. I see the king money, but not queen money. I got these men, okay? There's something with these men. And they're all in cahoots with each other. They're all in cahoots. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Can you clarify? Give us the tea and clarification on this spread, this read right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 kings. 4 kings and 2 knights. Now, this is the kind of something you know about. You don't show about. Unless somebody speaks, okay, this right here is not going to show up on paperwork. Now, it may show up in behavior if somebody sees it. Miss Nancy just might have saw it. And she's got an obligation to her daughter. I feel an obligation to my daughter. I'm telling you, ain't finna do my daughter like this. What y'all think? What do you want us to know about this reading? And thank you for your answers. Okay. Because not only is he going to lose his wife, who is the money in the family, okay, but depending on how far this goes, okay, because his line of work, he can lose his job, okay, and if it's even, he could go to jail. And that's another reason why it's not making sense. Because if you knew this, then you'd be like, oh! So, that kidnapping, like I said, was a cover-up. Allegedly. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Tell us what's the tea on this read. Uh-oh. I got something. Okay. Here we go. I feel the shuffle again. Let me shuffle again. I just didn't feel right about that. Okay. Shuffle again, just in case. What do you want us to know about this read here? Something is going on. What is the tea? Okay, so somebody's crying over somebody. Okay. I bet they are. Happiness hater. Okay, see that? Look at that. That's the third leg right there. Paying their bills, always asking, okay, trying to buy love. Now, who's trying to buy love? Rejected. Somebody got ghosted. Scarcity taxes, okay? Somebody pulling them scarcity taxes, okay? Been gone, been ghosted. Maybe the lover told Miss Nancy. Could have been. Ooh, and this is what Miss Nancy, this is her reply. Ooh, okay, kick to the curb. Okay. So somebody was having great vibes with somebody. I don't know if that's two guys or a girl and a guy. I'll take it as a girl and a guy. And got pictures. That's the evidence that's missing. Talking mess. In their head, they're making assumptions, okay? Creating stories, okay? Because they guilty. Guilty conscience. That's what a guilty conscience does. Okay? Bad habit, drugs, okay, and everything. Oh, man. Hustling. Making it rain. Oh, okay. Hi. Hello there. How you doing? Yes, making it rain in the club. Fake flexing. We keep getting that card. Okay, fronting. Fishing for comments. Okay, so they're looking. They're looking. Bad karma. And that's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse right there. So it's somebody's light is triggering the darkness. Somebody's light is triggering the darkness. Somebody's light, okay, is pissing off the other person. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's miserable and mad, and they mad, and you walking, and the other person is walking around dancing and singing, okay? Somebody is unbothered. I don't know why. Somebody's dodging bullets. Blocking bad energy, escaping toxic people. Haters can't touch you. And this is just an SOS. SOS. Same old shit. Cloud hungry. And then somebody is haunted. Somebody's haunted. Somebody's having flashbacks and traumatic side effects. Okay? So I get the energy that somebody, okay, I'm just going to put it out there. It's all alleged, just for your entertainment, okay? But there's a possibility that somebody was visiting the gay bars. That might have been where Mr. Tommaso could have been going, okay? Flashing that money, okay? Flexing like he got it like that. But that's how you get the kids. That's how you get the girl. That's how you get the boy, okay? Uh-huh. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question. Can you tell us Tommaso Cione's relationship with younger children? What was his energy with the children? Tommaso. Male children, female children. What was his energy? There's a lot of human trafficking going on right in front of our faces, okay? And we really don't see it because it makes sense. What we're seeing makes sense, so there's no need to go deeper. See what I'm saying? Okay, what can you tell us about Tommaso Chione's relationship with the children? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What's that energy? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I bet y'all like. I know I am. Okay. See what it says. The high priestess. I take it as secrets. Okay. He was a teacher though. Now this is an upright, so it's positive. Okay, it's positive. But the Two of Pentacles is in reverse. Hi there. Two of Pentacles is in reverse. So this represents, the Two of Pentacles represents instability. Okay, and because it's Pentacles, it usually means instability in money, finances. Okay. Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, reaping what you sow. Okay, and we have the Four of Swords. So his energy with the children, he needs to slow down. The devil. The devil's in the details. Nine of Swords. Stressed out, worried, okay? The Empress. The Divine Feminine. And the King of Swords in reverse. So I believe the Knight of Swords in reverse represents jealousy. No. Knight. Okay, I'm looking at 9. Okay. Knight. Impatient, loss of focus, and unpredictable. Okay. So this is giving me the intuition that there was negligence in when it came to investments or handling your money. We have the Empress though. Now, the Empress, okay, also signifies pleasure. Pleasure. And the Six of Wands is feeling victorious, okay? Getting quiet, you guys. And we have Temperance in reverse. Okay. Temperance, okay. That's temptation. Oh, that's going over the devil. That's drugs. Ace of Wands. Okay. So, with the Ace of Wands being next to Temperance, okay, and Temperance is over the devil, okay, and I take it that the stress and the drinking or drugs, okay, with the Ace of Wands here, it intensifies, okay, it intensifies it. Okay, so this right here is telling me that there's worry. Somebody's really worried, okay? So, in other words, it's like drinking themselves. They drowning in the bottle. You know how the people, they be worried, they be upset, or whatever's going on in their life. And we have the Four of Wands, okay? And the Four of Wands is going over the Empress, okay, which represents pleasure in this read, okay? It's how many words? 3 words. One of them is pleasure. We're taking pleasure. Pleasure is jumping out. It makes sense that they were spending the money, okay, on pleasure, celebrating, planning. Two of Cups in reverse. Maybe, I don't know if he's separated right now, okay? He's somewhere else, okay? Because if he is, Nine of Pentacles, as in wishes coming true. Excuse me. Wishes coming true. Let's also see, okay, wishes coming true. Comfort, okay. Somebody, okay, well, that's going over victorious, okay. So, this is over the Four of Swords. Oh. Four of Swords. Okay, so this person is recovering and he's feeling victorious. He's feeling abundance. But he's got the Three of Cups. Okay, in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. There we go with the knights. There we go with them young kids. And they mad. Oh, I keep yawning. Oh, I know why. I was getting ready to take a nap. And I'm here. Because I'm nosy. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Okay. So we have a display of arrogance and laziness. Pentacles. Okay. This right here, the Ace of Pentacles, is going over the Two of Cups. Conflict, okay, separation. Mm-hmm. And we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So, So it seems like Tommaso may have chosen his wife. Don't nobody know that though. See what I'm saying? Nobody knows that he chose his wife because Miss Nancy's gone now. See? And I don't think she got to tell it. If that's the case, allegedly. So he's feeling secure. So he's made a decision to chill out, slow down, okay, so he can get that money, because he's got pentacles, see, because that money from these women was what was supporting his lifetime, because they said he was working part-time as a teacher. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So that's the end of that, and there's something else that's going to be beginning. We got the death. Mm-hmm. So he made a decision that he's going to end this. Okay? He's going to end something. Something is going to end, but something else, okay, is going to start. And that's got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords, trying to get away with something, being sneaky. Oh, this is going over the Knight of Swords. Okay, I wonder, is it the Knight of Swords, one of these kids, okay, that they messing with, or he was messing with, or that knows about the situation, let's put it like that, okay, is sending them ransoms, because they said they got another ransom note. They got another ransom note with a new Bitcoin account, and want the money. They not playing. Want the money for what? What you not playing? What you gonna do? You better tell. I don't know who's writing the letters, but you need to tell them. Okay, you need to stop writing because I ain't got nothing for you. Okay, see what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing for you. What you gonna do? How you gonna write? Yeah, check it out. TMZ. It was on TMZ. Harvey Levin. Okay, came with another note. And there was certain stuff he said that he could not say. He said what he said, basically, and that's all he could say. And is trying to get away with something, Okay. Mm-hmm. And we have the Queen of Wands right there. And she's looking at the thief. And she got a hand out. Like, give it to me. And I always took the Queen of Wands to be, I always took the Queen of Wands to be, whether she be upright or reversed, as Annie. Annie. And this is finally a Queen of Wands, somebody, a female involved. Okay, give me what you got. Give me what you stole. Mm. And she's ready to move on to calmer waters. There we go. The Emperor. The Emperor finally comes up. The Emperor. This is teamwork. The Emperor. Now, I see that the Emperor comes in further down the line, okay? Because the Emperor, okay, is running everybody else. He's staying out the picture, so to speak, okay? Yeah. And the Emperor is looking toward the Three of Pentacles, the team. Uh-huh. Are y'all following me? I don't know who that is. Okay. That's the relationship with him and the kids. So there's something going on with him and the kids. Okay. With that said, I wanted to ask my question. What has been going on? What are the kids? What are the kids that keep coming up? What's going on with the kids? Children, the child card, back the number 6 of Pentacles. No, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups keeps coming up. Talking about the past. Talking about children. Okay? What is the energy about the 6 of Cups and the children? What do you want us to know? It keeps coming up in Nancy Guthrie's reads. What do you want us to know? Because the children keep coming up. It's like it's keep coming up because I'm missing it. Maybe it was something that went on in the past. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. The children. The High Priestess. Again, didn't we get that card this last read? The High Priestess. Eight of Cups in reverse. regret, regret, holding on to something, the sun, the food in reverse, the food in reverse deals with naivety, carelessness, risky behavior. Ten of Cups in reverse. So there was disharmony. There we go with the Hierophant. There we go with the Hierophant. This is about the children. Uh-huh. Betrayal and heartbreak. Mm-hmm. This is going over the Four of Pentacles, which represents greed and control. So there was betrayal with these kids. Control. And it's right next to the Hierophant, which is the institution, which is the school. Nine of Pentacles. Talks about wishes fulfilled. Comfort, security, abundance. Okay. So this was like a betrayal of trust. A betrayal of trust. Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is going over the food in reverse. I'm going to look up in the book because it's telling me something. I feel it all in my bones. It's telling me something. There's Four Swords in the food. The Fool is the first card. Okay, so it talks about naivety. Okay, so let's go to the Four Swords. Oh. So it talks about naivety and it talks about rest. It talks about solitude, being alone, okay? Risky behavior when they were alone. When children were alone, they were in solitude, okay? There was some risky behavior. There was some naivety in the tower, okay? So somebody, and the tower is going over the unhappy family, okay, or the unhappy children. So something hit the fan, okay, with the King of Wands, okay. Okay. And he has regret. This is regret. And this is the Hierophant. This is the school, the institution. And this is the King of Wands. Okay. Now, the only person I know that has to deal with the school is Tommaso. Okay. So, yeah. There's a Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is going over the Three of Swords, which is betrayal and deceit. So he's trying to let go. But we have the Queen of Wands here, okay? And the Queen of Wands got her hand out. She want her money. So, I don't know. The first thing that came to my mind was blackmail. Queen of Pentacles. That's Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy is at rest. Miss Nancy was the naive one. She didn't know. Okay? Queen Money. Okay, right. Because this is someone who's comfort, who has material wealth, okay, who is down to earth. Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy is looking toward the Queen of Wands, okay? Someone who has power, somebody who has creativity. She could have been another teacher. Oh, Annie. Annie. Miss Nancy is looking at Annie. Annie is the one with the abundance. The 9 of wishes come true. Annie. And we have the devil. The devil, ooh, the devil's going over the tower, honey. So there was manipulation. There was greed. There was a tower. Oh, there was a tower moment. There was a tower moment because secrets. Secrets. The moon. Okay. Somebody in their emotions, in over their head, under the water. Okay. Somebody drowning. Okay. And then we have the victory card. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me see what else goes with the Six of Wands. Hmm. There's something about the Six of Wands. Six of Wands keeps coming up. Uh-huh. See, he was doing too much. Six of Wands. Okay, so this talks about good news. Okay. Okay. Here's what uh, uh, my intuition is telling me. Okay, with these cards, is that Tommaso has something with these he's a teacher with these kids. Okay, now I don't know if Miss Nancy found out. Miss Nancy is the one with the money. Her daughter is Annie, right here. They're both together right here. Okay, right. And Annie is looking toward Tommaso. And we have this Five of Cups in reverse. What did it say about the Five of Cups in reverse? Oh, so Nancy was letting go. Nancy was letting go of Tommaso. And Miss Nancy may have, okay, remember how they came up revenge? Okay, Miss Nancy may have told Annie. And as a matter of fact, she may have told her at that dinner. She may have said something or made a hint that she was going to say something. Okay? Made a hint. Now it comes time for Miss Nancy to go home. She tired. She want to go home. She tired. There she go, tired. Right there. The Four Swords. She was tired. Who's going to take her home? Oh, I'll take her. I'll take her. Tommaso. I'll take her. So he's feeling victorious. Okay. That Miss Nancy is no longer with us. However, she went, whoever took her, if he had something to do with it, but he's feeling victorious behind this. Now, it's funny how I came and asked about the kids, the children, okay? And sometimes I get, this is more important. You worried about the wrong thing. Okay, we talking about Miss Nancy. And now Annie wants to be alone. Annie wants to be alone because Annie has some reflection to do. That's Annie sitting there thinking. She got that light. Uh-huh. She wants to be alone so she can think. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Miss Nancy has dropped that load. Miss Nancy has dropped that load. She is no longer with us. Allegedly. She dropped that load. It was too heavy. She dropped that load. And there is a stall. There is a change in plans with the two of Pentacles, the two of Wands being in reverse. There's a delay. There's a stall. And that's going over the devil. So he was a man with a plan. Yeah. Delays. Hidden fear. Okay. Going over the devil. He was afraid Miss Nancy was going to say something. Not to mention, okay, the money that was not adding up. And that's going over the moon, the secrets. So, okay. So the money wasn't adding up. There was something about the money not adding up. What was going on with the money? And he was up there, okay, at the club, flossing. At the club and with the boys, flossing. That's where the money was going. Yep. And then he ran out of tricks. We have the magician in reverse. The magician is in reverse. He ran out of tricks. The magician in reverse. Manipulation, deceit, illusion, bad intentions, confusion. Okay. So this is what all this confusion, okay, is behind somebody. They got a secret. And if the secret gets out, they lose their marriage, okay? And if they lose their marriage, they lose their money. This is slowly going to come out. We have the Eight of Wands over the Hermit, over Annie. She's grasping this slowly. She's frustrated. She's frustrated. And we have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, excuse me. The truth. The truth. Ooh! We have Miss Nancy. Check it out. Miss Nancy, Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. She dropped that load, okay? And we have the Ace of Swords. Miss Nancy said something. Miss Nancy said something. Miss Nancy was gonna say something. And we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands talks about being on the defense. Okay. And the truth and the Seven of Wands, okay, are facing each other. I take that as somebody being on the defensive, okay, as well as Miss Nancy dropping that truth, dropping that load, but she didn't drop the whole load. Maybe she did. I don't know. Because Annie knows. And I bet you this is what went on at that dinner. And she doesn't want to say, okay, because she's probably in denial. Which, I mean, I can understand. I can understand she being in denial. Okay, because this is her husband. This is man she's been sleeping with for years. Okay, and then not to mention the family. Not to mention Savannah, who's the successful one, and her brother, who just retired from the military, and they ranting and raving about that. But ain't no ranting and raving about Annie. So she's bad enough, okay, I'm the middle child. You know, they say the middle child, okay. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Okay. So that's like Savannah, Savannah, Savannah. It's always Savannah. See what I'm saying? Okay. It's always Cameron. Okay. And then he go and do some mess like this. And Miss Nancy go drop the bomb. Okay. Then embarrass the family. And he's pissed. But he done told her some lies to keep her from thinking that he did something or he had something to do with it. He's got these people, this couple, these people, okay, not saying anything, promising them money. And the only way you're going to get paid, give you a little something now, okay? But he ain't got it like that. See? Something going on. What y'all think? I think I solved the case. Let me tell it. Come on now. That sound about right though. I may not have had it all together in there. Okay. Let's get another deck going. Let's get another deck. See. Gotta make sure y'all ain't got no little naked kids. Okay. I'm thinking, and I was already thinking about using this out of hand deck because things have gotten out of hand. Okay? Things have gotten out of hand. We're going to have to put these to a rest. Let these rest for a minute. Okay. Oh! 78 stories. Okay. 78 stories got something to say. 78 stories. Okay. We can get a lot with 78 stories. Okay. Come out here. "78 stories." Mm-hmm. See what they got to say. What can you tell us about Tommaso's relationship with the children at his school? They may not even be his students, okay? But let's ask. What's his relationship? Mm-hmm. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers about Tommaso and the children. What's the energy? Five of coins. Being left out in the cold. That represents a loss. Okay? Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords. Okay. There's an obstacle. There's a delay in moving on. There's a delay in moving forward. Okay? And we have the Two of Coins in reverse. So maybe he's come to a decision, okay, to chill out. The Seven of Cups, yeah, because he has a clarity in reverse. He's come to a clarity. He needs to chill out. Okay? The Chariot, in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. Okay. Loss of control. There was a loss of control. Two of Cups. That's an agreement, a relationship, friendship, okay? There was a loss of control. Queen of Coins. There go Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy was the obstacle. Okay. Delays, obstacles. Miss Nancy was the obstacle. She's going over the six coins. Okay. And he made a decision, okay, undercover, in the darkness, okay, it's going over the Two of Coins in reverse, okay. Two of Coins in reverse is okay. I'm thinking of the Two of Swords. I'm sorry. Okay. Not a decision, but the money. The money was not out of balance. So he was secretly doing something with the money. He got the Moon over the Two of Coins in reverse. The Nine of Coins, okay, is in reverse. That's going over the Seven of Cups. The clarity, okay, that his wishes didn't get fulfilled. Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins. See, there's one thing, I don't know why it's this day, but coins and cups, I get confused. Okay, I get to switching them. My eyes see things. So Nine of Coins. Oh. So he saw that he was losing money. He saw he was losing money. Yep, the Magician. The magician, out of control. He was out of control, manipulative. Okay, he was taking risks. He was taking risks. And the tower. The tower is going over the Two of Cups. Yeah, the tower is going over the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is representing partnerships. Okay, so there was a tower moment. Okay. Six of Coins. The Six of Coins. Oh, Miss Nancy is going over. Miss Nancy was giving Tommaso some money in secret. Allegedly. Seven of Swords. He was stealing. Oh, Tommaso was stealing money. He was stealing money, okay, or Miss Nancy was giving him money under the table, okay, or maybe she seen her bank accounts. She knows she was stealing money. Now the lady she was disabled, okay, and she had the pacemaker, okay, but her mind was sharp as a tack. Her mind was sharp as a tack. And the money he was using or stealing, and she told the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups. Okay. So we have the Queen of Cups here. Sometimes that represents Miss Nancy as well. If it is, she's pissed, okay? But it could be another female energy. Okay. Queen of Cups. That's Annie. Annie, or it's a female energy. Okay, and the female energy was needy. She's insecure, she's hypersensitive. Okay. Look at this. So the Seven of Cups, look at them at the dinner table. She told that dinner that they had, Miss Nancy said something. Now the thing about it was, she may not have pointed fingers just yet. She may not have pointed fingers just yet. But she said something. Miss Nancy said something at that dinner. And Annie was not happy. But she said something. Annie started crying. She got sensitive. Okay. Mm-hmm. The Four of Coins. There you go, right there. Miss Nancy said something, okay? And the Four of Coins, holding on to something, okay, is facing Annie. Annie is facing the thief. So, or let me put it to you like this. Annie, the Queen of Cups in reverse, who's sensitive and emotional, is in between the thief and the Four of Coins. Now we're talking about the kids. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. The Three of Swords in reverse is heart problems, okay? And that is going over the Tower. The Ace of Swords, the truth. The truth is going over Miss Nancy, right there. Miss Nancy, generous Miss Nancy, okay, told the truth. And the Nine of Cups is in reverse, okay? They got mad. The Page of Cups in reverse is going over Miss Nancy. Now, we keep talking about this young boy, okay? This young boy is going over Nancy, the Page of Cups. This is somebody who is emotionally immature. Now, that could be Nancy or that could be her child. And the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is going over the Four of Coins, okay? Holding on to something. And once again, we got the dinner table. Okay? And that is going right there in front of the Ace of Swords. She at that dinner. At that dinner. I don't know who all was at that dinner, but Miss Nancy said something. And we have the Queen of Wands, okay, in reverse. So here's another feminine energy. This one is in reverse, though. So the three, oh no, okay, I'm waiting. So the Queen of Wands in reverse represents jealousy, deceit, and dishonesty. King of Coins, King Money. Now we finally get some masculine energy. And he's going over the sword, the Ace of Swords. So it's like Miss Nancy chose the truth. Over the King of Coins, okay? We're going to label him for right now as Tommaso, okay? Flossing that money. The Four of Cups, okay? He denied it. The Four of Cups, he denied it. The Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse, okay, represents domestic issues. He denied it. And then we have death. Oh, oh, oh. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it's like you're saying when he was working, like this gentleman is at work, but it's in reverse. So he's not at work. So when he said he was at work, he wasn't at work. Or wherever he said he was not there. He wasn't where he said he was. Put it to you like that. Okay? But this is what I'm getting from Miss Nancy. I hope you guys enjoyed it, okay? But what it's telling me is that Tommaso was mismanaging, stealing, abusing, however you want to look at money. Okay? The money. The money that she may have been given to him in secrecy, given to Annie, both of them. I think she probably was giving it to both of them. Okay? I think he may have been creeping and asking for some more money on the side. Okay? And he was not spending that money right. And I think it may have something to do with the children. She may have found that out. Let's just ask. Can you tell us if Tommaso Cioni was abusing the children? Was Tommaso Cioni, Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law, sexually abusing children? Just ask. That's all we can ask. Do is ask. Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse talks about a lack of teamwork. So I would take that as a no. Oh, maybe not. This talks about overindulgence. Okay. Still take it as a no. Because overindulgence, he may have been drinking and doing drugs instead. Okay? Ace of Wands. That's the job. That's work. Okay. The magician. Oh, he was manipulating. The magician in reverse. Manipulation, deceit, illusion, bad intentions. Nine of coins. He was fulfilling his desires or his wishes. Okay. The Hierophant in reverse. It's going against the government or the institution he was in. Seven of coins. Okay. It was a loss. Okay. I guess he wasn't enjoying the job. Okay. Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. It's a loss of focus. Okay. He lost focus on his job. Doing his job. Six of Wands. Shame. Dishonor. Okay. Talks about being pessimistic. It talks about failure. Okay. Seven of Swords in reverse. He was trying to get away with something and he got caught. Okay. And it's going over the Nine of Coins. Abundance. Okay. Ooh. So he was stealing. He might have been stealing. He was doing something deceitful at his job. And it may have had to do with money. Or it could be Miss Nancy's money. Or it was both. And we have the Nine of Cups. Abundance. Okay. So it was plenty of kids at that school. It's going over the Hierophant. Abundance. Abundance. A lot of kids. And we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So he accepted it. There was some acceptance. Four of Cups. Acceptance. Yeah, new ambitions. And judgment. King of Coins in reverse. That's King Money. He broke. He's in reverse. Okay. Six of Swords. So he wanted to move on. So he done stole something and he wanted to move on. But we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Regret. Oh, it talks about letting go. Recovery. Nine of Cups. and the Hermit. He thought about it. He thought about it. Four Swords in reverse. There's the Four Swords in reverse. Okay. So he slowed down. Okay, we're talking about a slowing down. And the Two of Swords. So he made a decision because it's in reverse. Now, it says slowing down. It didn't say stop. Okay. Oh, there's the Emperor. Oh, that's interesting. The Emperor comes up. So if that's the case, and the Tower in reverse. So the Tower is a Tower moment, but it's not as severe. Okay? It's not as severe. But this tells me that Mr. Tommaso is not in this by himself. He's not working by himself. Okay. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, the Queen of Swords in reverse talks about losses and disappointment. And the Five of Coins being left out in the cold, it's in reverse. And this gives me the intuition that because it's being left out in the cold, but it's a loss on your finances as well, okay? When it's in reverse, okay, it's like trying to get back on track, okay? Slowing down what you're doing, okay, or stopping what you're doing to get that money back on track. And we have the Chariot. And they was trying to get that money on back on track real quick, trying to move fast. The Two of Cups in reverse, but there was a disagreement. And it's a disagreement with the Emperor. The Emperor didn't like the fact that they were slowing down because the Emperor didn't care. He wanted his money. There's somebody else involved here. We have Justice. Oh, in reverse. And it's going over the Tower in reverse. And it's pointing the finger right at the Two of Coins. It's pointing the finger at the disagreement. And the disagreement is going over the Emperor. So the Four of Coins, okay, holding on to something, okay, is now letting go. So that's why you're getting this disagreement and this splitting up, because you got different people involved in this. I'm telling you. And I would not be surprised if we knew all the people involved. Okay? There's something going on that has to do with money. And information being revealed. Money, okay, and somebody finding out and somebody saying something, okay, was not a good look, okay. So that may have had something to do with Miss Nancy coming up missing. Okay, Miss Nancy knew something, and people do. I've heard that. Okay, and this is the first time that it's come across my desk. As far as my intuition and what these cards are saying, is like Miss Nancy knew something, and she said something. That's how they knew she knew. She said something about it, and maybe she was going to tell her daughter. Okay, and he couldn't have that because his daughter is tied to Miss Nancy, who's got the money. See what I'm saying? Okay, and it was some additional money, greed. Okay, that was being made inside, and I don't know, but I was wondering if it was had something to do with trafficking. I'm wondering if it had something to do with trafficking or maybe laundry. Maybe they were doing laundry. I don't know. You never know. But we're going to find out. Trust and believe. We're going to find out. Because it might be the family member. It might be Annie that finally puts the pieces together. So she better watch out. So, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? And I appreciate your feedback. I really do. I be reading it all. I'm telling you, I be reading all that. So, with that said, stay blessed. Bye.